See your mouth, run a mile. You been talking, say it now. Got the gang on the way, finna blitz. You ain't safe, you ain't safe, you ain't safe. Finna blitz, you ain't safe, you ain't safe.
Hey. It's your boy Monty the Rebel, man. I'm coming at you with another video, man. Y'all probably didn't expect 2 videos this week, huh? I know y'all probably didn't expect 2 videos a week. They like, oh, this man for real. Yeah, I'm for real. So, hey, so this is gonna be a story time video. I haven't told y'all a story in, over a year. Decided to give y'all another story. And this story, you probably seen it in the caption or the title of the video, is how I almost got shot, bro. Your boy almost got shot. Now, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to tell y'all the story. Matter of fact, we're going to dive right into it now. That way, clear up all speculations. I'm good. I'm safe. I don't bang none of that stuff. But so here's how the story went down. All right, so boom. So this happened back in, I think it was either 2015 or 2016 is when this happened. At the time, it was 2016 because I was married. So it was 2016 that's when I got married, y'all. For those who didn't know, I am married. So I got married 2016. So this happened 2016, and I was working at Hulu, right? So I used to work tech support at Hulu from home. Man, I used to get cussed out every day, but that's besides the point. So I'm working at Hulu from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. And after I clocked out at Hulu, I would drive to my second job. Now, my second job, I worked at, it's called Algin Sutton. And Algin Sutton is on Manchester and Hoover. Now, for LA natives or people who are familiar with the LA area, y'all know Manchester and Hoover ain't the safest place in the world, right? But this is where I worked. This is where the park was. So I would go down Manchester, right? You feel me? East on Manchester, bust that right on Hoover, and drive up. And you guys know that so in the park there's like one entrance. There's one entrance, there's one exit. And I would purposely go down Manchester, number one, because I live closer to Manchester, but also because you can kind of drive past the park before you pull into like the entrance. You see what I'm saying? So I would drive past it and look to see if everything is cool, everything is clear, ain't nothing popping off, and then I would drive in, right? So actually, before we get into that, we at the time we had got like a new director, and this director wanted to utilize the entire park. We want the kids over there, back there at the pool, volleyball, basketball. We want them everywhere. So we like, yeah, that's a great idea in a perfect world, but this is Hoover. This is a gang-ridden park. So anyway, person just was like, all right, well, they're not gonna mess with us. They know we work here. It'll be fine. It'll be okay, right? So anyway, going back to me pulling into the park. So I'm driving, right? I'm rolling. I bust that right on Hoover. I'm driving, everything looked good. It's like a normal day, normal type, normal situation type feel. And I drive past the park again, getting to the entrance, but I'm driving past the park to get to the entrance. I look to the left, and I see this huge commotion. I'm talking black folk everywhere. So, as I mentioned, there's a gym side and there's a kid side. So the gym side is open to the public. Anyone can just walk in as long as the door is unlocked. Anyone can walk, anyone could walk in. And then on the other side was the child care side. Now the child care side was the side that we usually work on because it's secure, it's safe. If you don't have the key, you can't get in. The door's bulletproof, windows bulletproof. Like, you over there, you good, you straight. But right in the middle between the child care and the gym is just this big grass area. And I'm gonna see if I can pull up an image on Google. But for those who know what I'm talking about, there's like this big grass area. So you have to pass this grass area in order to get to the child care side. So when I pulled up, this big commotion, this big group of all these gang members, they're right in the middle So there's no way you can walk to the childcare side without avoiding them. There's literally no way. So, you know, I pull up super cautious. So I'm super cautious, right? When I pulled up, I park. Now I don't get out immediately. Because, you know, you got to be smart about these things. You got to check your surroundings. Now, I did know some gang members there, but the gang members that I knew wasn't here. So I'm like, okay, but let me just chill. Let me see how this happened. If it started popping off, I'm gone. Y'all know ain't nothing faster than the pew. So I'm chilling in the car, right? Like looking to see what happened. Bro, like when I tell y'all they going off, they going ham, bro. I don't know what was going on. But then all of a sudden this crowd start pushing deeper and deeper into the park, and then they cut the corner, like kind of like behind the gym. So now this open grass that we have to pass, it's now open. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. Let me rush in here in this gym and get these kids out of here, right? So we can go to the childcare side. We can all be safe. So I get out my car, shut the door, bah! And I run inside the gym. I'm running. Bah! Open the door, I see my coworker. I go straight to my coworker. I'm like, yo, something's going down outside. They just cleared the space for us to go inside the child care. We got to go over there right now. It looks like something about to pop off. We got to go right now. So no questions asked. My coworker, no questions, because you know she's from South Central too. No questions asked. She's like, all right, cool. We got to get these kids going. So we try to get the kids, you know, gathered together as fast as we can. But y'all know, a bunch of kids from ages what? It was like from 5 to like 12 or 13. You have all these kids who are playing. They're in play mode. Like they don't understand what's going on. They don't care to know what's going on. All they want to do is play. You know, so they don't know that it's dangerous, you know, right now. We're trying to get them to safety. They don't know that. So they in play mode. And we trying to get these kids. I start yelling. I'm like, hey, man, get us on, bro. We got to go, man. You got people outside, man. You get us all shot, man. We got to go, man. And the kids, they think I'm funny. So they start laughing and whatever. So long story short, we finally get the kids like gathered together, ready to walk out the door. Now, mind you, this door to the gym, when you open the door, it's a brick wall to the right and a brick wall straight in front of you. So in order to get out of the gym, you have to make a left and go bust a right around this wall. You see what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is when you open the door, you can't look to the right to see if it's clear, because it's a big brick wall there. So we open the door, and what I do is I look at the kids, because I was leading out. I look at the kids. I say, listen, don't follow me. I'm going to first go out, make sure everything is clear, and then I'm going to flag you to come along, so pay attention, right? So I start creeping out. I don't run out. I start like kind of like tiptoeing in my Jordans. You feel me? And I teensed across that grass. So I got to a point where I can see the open grass. It's still open. No one's there. So I don't just run out. I'm still kind of cautious, like walking. So I start walking a little faster since I seen it was free. And I look to the right. No one's in sight. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I start making my way a little closer just to see how far I can get. And then next thing I know, out of nowhere, that whole mob of people just start rushing towards, where I was, like rushing towards that big open field. So like they running like full speed ahead, like doggone Get Out, brother from Get Out. They hauling, they gone. So, and it's a crowd of people. So in midst of this crowd, a couple of them stop and then kind of just scatter like, oh. So I'm like, hey, so I'm backing up, seeing what's going on. Homie, there's a shooter right in the midst of them. Start blasting off. Bah, 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 bah. They start blasting off. Mind you, God is my witness. I'm like 5 feet away from this shooter. This person who's blasting off, I'm like 5 feet away from this person. So I said, oh! Turn around. Y'all ever been scared and all of a sudden like a sudden adrenaline rush hits you? When that happens, you become the fastest person on the planet. I don't care what no one say. I don't care how fast Usain Bolt is. When you're scared and that adrenaline hits you, You gone. Ain't nobody catching you. Nobody's catching you. I'm sorry. Nobody's catching you. I'm saying that because I got back to the gym side in like 3 steps. It felt like 3 steps. So mind you, when I turned around to run, it was the kids who were following me the whole time. But I didn't know they were following me because, you know, my mindset is making sure everything is clear. So when I took off and run, you know, and ran, I said, go, run. So they start screaming, they start crying, but I'm already at the gym side in like 3 steps. I look back, them kids are still there. They're so scared they can't move. And this person is literally 5 feet from in front of them shooting in front of these little kids. So I'm like, oh my God, come on. I'm like, girl, boy, let's go, man. What you doing? They're not moving. They look back at me. They look back at me, eyes teary, eyes just crying. So I'm like, oh my God. So at this point, I don't know what possessed me to run towards this shooter. While this shooter is still shooting, I ran right towards this person, got between the shooter and the kids, and I began to like use my body as like a shield, and I began to kind of just push them. You know what I mean? Like push. They crying, they scream, they crying, and now I'm kind of using, like, my back is towards the shooter, and I'm like pushing the kids towards safety. They finally get it. They start running. Right, so they start running, they go, so we go behind, so we try to go back inside the gym just to find out that the door is locked. Now, mind you, remember what I said, there's a wall, but so when you open the gym, there's a wall to the right and in the front, so technically there's only one way in the gym and one way out. So we all in that the little brick wall area trying to get inside the door, but I didn't have my key and my coworker didn't have her key either. So we're essentially sitting ducks. So, you know, instinct kicked in, and I'm like, well, I'm not about to just sit here and wait for this person to walk around this corner, because if that happened, we all dead. Like we ain't going nowhere. So what I did was I hurried up and ran towards the front again and peeked around the corner, and I seen the shooter run into a car. They ran into the car and they drove off. So I looked back at the coworker and I said, okay, the person is gone. They're gone. You had a key into the childcare side, because now this field is open, right? So now the field is open again. So again, I didn't have my key, and my coworker didn't have her key. So I'm like, oh, this is keep getting better and better. Not only are we locked out at the gym side, but now we locked out at the kid side too. Come on, bro. So what I did was I ran out to the childcare side and ran towards the back. The back is like this huge gate that you can see. Luckily, the door inside the office to open the front door to let everyone in is wide open. So what I did was I hopped the gate, and then I ran towards, when I ran inside the office, I opened the gate. Now, when you open the gate, it doesn't stay open. So what I'm saying is I couldn't go get the kids, you know, because if I left, the door gonna close. I'm gonna have to hop the gate again. I'm not doing all that. So I'm yelling, like, hey, let's go, come on, let's go. So they finally see me, so they make a break for it, and they start running. We get inside the gate, man. We get inside the child care side, man, and the kids, all the kids, they crying, they screaming, they hollering, all that stuff. So now we trying to get them calm, and then the cops show up. They start asking people questions. Me, I don't know nothing. I'm like, hey, all I saw was people start shooting, and I ran. That's all I was. That's basically all I said. Like, they start shooting, I ran. I'm going. I don't know what. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, and then we had to like I think we had to write a report or something, and then we had to let the parents know what happened. And luckily, most of the parents were cool because they understood this is Manchester and Hoover. Like, this isn't like it's uncommon. You know what I mean? Like, so most of them understood. But that day, that was the day that I was like, okay, I need to consider, reconsider if I should be working here, man. If my life can be in danger, I don't get paid hardly nothing for working here. You see what I'm saying? So the director shows up. I think it's like the next day or a day or two. The director shows up. So I walked up to the director. I'm like, yo, you know what happened a couple days ago? And she was like, oh yeah, with the shooting. I said, yeah, so you do know. She was like, yeah, with the shooting, man, that's, that was terrible. That's tragic, luckily we have cops here to help protect us in these times. And, she began to ramble on all this stuff. And I'm looking at her like, girl, like, so that's it? That's all you gotta say? That's it? almost dying. That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say. That's it. You ain't got nothing else to say. That's it. That's all. So she basically she was just saying we got to be cautious going out. So next time, so she was like, so we just got to be at a kid's size a lot sooner. So I said, okay, all right, cool, bet. So mentally I checked out. I said, okay, bet. And then I go back to my coworkers. I'm like, I ain't working here for 2 months longer, man. And then I quit. I got calls like, you know, can you come back and, you know, help us out and work for us? Nah, I'm good, bro. I don't think I can do it, bro. Can't do it. Now there was like twice where I did go back. So I went back and helped for like a Christmas and like a Thanksgiving something. Or like, no, it was a Christmas and like a Halloween something, I believe. Halloween and Christmas, yeah. So I went back those 2 times. So yeah, man, that's the story, man. So that was like one of those instances where I'm like, yeah, like I've never, like I've seen people shoot a gun before in real life. I've seen people, you know, get shot. For those who don't know, I lived in the jungles for like 5 years. That's where I seen people get shot at and got shot and arrested and all that stuff. And I'm like 4 or 5 years old. And then I moved to right there on Manchester and I'm sorry, not Manchester, right there on Florence and Crenshaw. So I lived there for like 20 some odd years. So I've seen some stuff, but never have I been placed in the midst of the action. Normally I'm seeing it from a distance, you feel me? But this was like the first time I was actually kind of placed in that action. You know what I mean? So that's the story time, man. So God is good, man. I'm still here, you know, able to tell the story. So thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Make sure you give this video a like, thumb up, share, subscribe, all that stuff. All that stuff helps me out and it lets me know that you're still interested as well. So I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Take care, be blessed, never stress. I don't know why do I do these things?
Yeah. Look at my bros, look at my face. All of us know we live in my